everyone, welcome back to another video. Hope you all are doing good and well. If you're brand new here, my name is Nikki, and in today's video we are discussing a very close subject to my heart. We're talking about my ugly pretty polishes in my collection. I actually have done a video on this before, but it was first when I started my channel, and it's a couple years ago now, and I feel like since then my taste has definitely evolved when it comes to this subject. These are one of my favorite polishes to talk about next to my summer to fall transition polishes. So again, this is another topic that is near and dear to me because it's one of the first ones I thought about for my YouTube channel. Once again, I've been watching a lot of my older YouTube videos and just seeing how I can improve, and I feel like I've been more confident with my videos, which is nice, but with more confidence brings newer tastes, and I feel like this 11 pick lineup is it. I actually have 3 thermals on this lineup, you guys. I know we all don't love thermals, but it is one of the most intriguing polish finishes to wear for me in my collection. I do have about 30 thermals now, which is a lot considering I have 1,200 polishes in my collection. It is a lot to have, so I've kind of weaned off of thermals a little bit because they don't last. Eventually they will die, unfortunately. We're going to be doing some live swatches because I'm realizing you guys have been loving that a lot, and I'm here to give you more of what you love, So let's just get into these swatches. First polish we're taking a look at is from Ard As Nails. This one's called Fiona. She did come out with a whole collection with names, and they had similar flakies with different bases, but this is in a Crelly base that's a buttery yellow color, and I like how light and pastel it is. Gorgeous. I did put this on my spring rack a couple years ago, and I just loved how much the flaky shifted in there. It reminds me of dragon scales a lot, and that's why I classify it as an ugly pretty in my collection. I'm trying to remember if I did 2 or 3 coats in my swatch picture, but I think it was about 3 coats, but today we're going to do in 2 just for time's sake. But I do love this one so much. The way the flaky shift, it totally gives it a spring meadow vibe, which I love, but the flakies also give it an ugly pretty vibe, which I love as well. This is such a fun color, and it's in my favorite hue, so how could I not show it some love in this video? Next, we have Cirque Colors Mosiac, and this one I knew off the bat I was going to be an ugly pretty polish for me. I haven't worn it as a full manicure yet, but it is coming up soon. I actually accidentally edited the footage of my first swatch, so sorry about that, but this is in one coat, and I just love the gold flakies in there. This could easily be duped with Clona Cosmetics Prairie Golden Topper, which is a dupe for Cirque Colors AU Topper. Oh, I just love this polish. I have 3 different finishes with the gold flakies in this, and they're all so regal and different, but this one really just speaks to me, so I can't wait to wear it in its entirety. Next, we have such a goodie from Orly. This is Elysian Fields, and I don't support Orly too much anymore, but this one really sings. I feel like you would find this one on the runway with a model wearing obscure fashion, because this is a very obscure color, as fashion is on the runway, so I feel like it's a good match to runway fashion aesthetics. It's something that will get you noticed and people will question it, but once they really divulge into the color, it's A1. If you haven't seen Baby Poop, this is what it looks like. And I love it. I've worn this twice now, and I always get compliments. People are always wondering what kind of color that is, but that's why I love it. It gets people talking, and it's just so beautiful. I mean, the pigmentation in this one, my swatches don't do it justice, so hopefully the swatch picture does. Next, we have H&M's Lost in a Forest, which I feel like is the little sister to Elysian Fields. It's on the lighter side. It's not as dramatic as Elysian Fields, so if that one is too much for you, this one is definitely a close contender. And let me tell you, H&M's formulas are something to rave about, because majority of them, well, the creams at least, are always one coaters, and they just apply so stinking well. I love this. Has an obscure spring pick. I haven't had a chance to wear this on my nails in its entirety, but I need to get it on my nails because this one has been in my collection for some time. I knew it was going to put it on this rack as well. And I love how lighthearted this is next to Elysian Fields. Next, we have Essie's Expose, which came out in one of my favorite collections from them, their Wild Nudes collection. I actually wanted that entire collection, but some of them are pretty hard to hunt down in Canada, but I did acquire about 3 or 4 of them, and this one was one of my favorites. Sorry for the janky swatch. It's not me, it's these dinky brushes. I think I'm going to make it a goal next year to switch out all my Essie brushes with much better brushes, but this one is a bit streaky on the first coat there, but it does apply quite well. Like you saw, it pulls just a little bit on the sides, but the color totally makes up for it. I just love how much gray is in here too, because it kind of looks like putty a little bit. Excellent pick for me. I just love this. I would put this, I don't need to put a gold topper on this because I do have Mosiac, but I just love this one. It is a great fall color. It's just so good. Next, we have Crack Polish's Dijon Disco. Another one instantly I knew I was going to put on this list. I actually did wear this in its entirety back in March, and I wasn't sure if I liked it or not because it kind of washed me out a little bit. But you know what? That shimmer in there is really pretty, so I'm gonna add another topper on there just to bring more of the shimmer out, but I'm not getting rid of this one. I do love it. I think it's another high fashion pick, another one you would see on the runway. I love how fiery the shimmer is in this too. I did put this on my spring rack, has an obscure pick like I would with the H&M one, and yeah, I loved it. I just feel like this is one of my favorites from Cracked, and I think the maker has made it like a staple on her site now because it was a custom made polish in the I think it was the Ugly Lover polish group on Facebook or something like that. But anyhow, I love this one now. Next, we have one from Wildflower Lacquer, rebranded to Orly this past January. This is called Blessed by Nature, and this is from her Dark Forest collection. And now looking back, I actually wish I got all the polishes in that collection because they had such a great vibe. But this one really sings. I love it's kind of a hard base color to describe, but it's not in the forest green color, but it's just a bit lighter. But this totally gives me Halloween polishes as well. I feel like this whole rack is like a prequel to my Halloween rack, but I do love this one. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It covers pretty well in 2 coats as well. The formula just is a tad bit runny, as you can see on my swatch, but it does dry down pretty well. And when I actually wore this on my nails, I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, but I really have grown to just love my obscure polishes, and this one is definitely one of them. The shimmer just shines too, so it takes a lot away from the base, which I like. Next, we have one from Fair Maiden. This is called Nirvana, and I didn't qualify this as an ugly pretty, but it does have the same type of flakies as in Fiona, and I love how this one is so sheer it can be used as a topper as well. I would definitely try it over some dusty rose creams. I just love this one. The flakies in there shift even more than the Ard As Nails one, and it dries pretty fast too. So I feel like if you're in a rush for a manicure and maybe you like mess up like a cream or something, this is just something to fix it right away so fast. I love this one, and how translucent it is. It's just beautiful. I think it looks fine in 2 coats if I'm being honest, but I do want to show you guys how well it builds up because it looks just as gorgeous in the bottle as it does on the nails. So we're going to do 3 coats here just to get in a bit more saturation, but I would wear this on its own or has a topper. It's something really fun to experiment with. I just love polishes that double in my collection has toppers too. It's a great way to save money. So I wouldn't classify this as a topper in my collection, but I won't forget that it can definitely be used as that. I haven't worn this on my nails yet, but it's coming. Next, we have one of 3 thermals to show you. This is MJ Lacquer's How Sweet It Is, and I have worn this one, but I've lost my swatch pictures for it. But I love how ghostly this one is. I was going to put it on my Halloween rack, but I felt like it suited the vibe of this video even more. So it does transition to a kind of like a dark sky blue a little bit with the flakies in there, and then when it's in its lighter transition color, it's kind of like this murky kind of greenish white color. I think it's so interesting. I've had this thermal in my collection since 2022, May of 2022, I believe, and it still transitions beautifully. If you guys have never tried MJ Lacquer thermals, they are something again to rave about. They last so long, they're beautiful, and this one I feel like it could be used as for some peekaboo nail art. I think I'm too lazy for nail art now. I've said I've tried peekaboo nail art. I try it in my videos so many times, but I just feel like I'm too lazy for it now. And I just want to appreciate my polishes for what they are without the nail art, even though I dig nail art so much. So on the top there, you can see the transition. And then on the bottom there, you can see how it kind of turns into this murky white green base. I absolutely love this one and how translucent it is. It is a beautiful, beautiful polish. Next, we have one that is barely talked about. This is Sassy Sauce's Itty Bitty Tiddly Committee. Not only is the name hilarious, it's based off a board game, I believe, not sure which one, but it's also such a versatile polish as well. I love the green the red metallic-y flakies in there. I did put this on last year's Christmas rack, but not only that, this polish could fit into so many racks. I love the versatility of thermals, and I can't believe I don't put them on my my seasonal racks a lot because I have so many of them in my collection. I really gotta remember to pull them out. But you see how murky and grungy this polish is? There's a transition there. Oh my gosh, do you see the Christmas in there? You see the spring in there, you see the fall in there. I see all seasons except summer, but I would wear this any time of year because it's just so versatile. I absolutely love this thermal, one of my favorites in my collection. The last one we're talking about comes from Cadillacquer, of course, and we all know how Cadillacquer's crazy color combinations are obscure, but they just work. I think this is based off some kind of green monster or something like that. This was a maker's choice. It wasn't any specific theme, and this is actually a tri-thermal, so it does go to a bit of a like a yellow as well, kind of like a stomach bile yellow. If you guys ever seen stomach bile, it's gross, but it definitely transitions to that. It's hard to get tri-thermals to last in your collection because they ultimately just go between two color states, and that one has reached its position in my collection with this one, but I still love it. This is such a fun Halloween pick, and I love how lush it gets when it gets into this forest green color. And then here in its lighter transition, I just used a blow dryer. It kind of goes from that yellowy green color, and with the red glitters in there, it kind of looks like this flesh-eating disease, and I just love this for Halloween. It is absolutely beautiful. Alright guys, that was it for this video. Please let me know what you thought about in the comments below. I always love to hear you guys' thoughts. For me, I just love obscure things, and all 11 of these picks are very obscure. They're not polishes that you would get right away, but once you see it, it's like, yeah, they're the ones. They are not the new normal, and who likes normal anyway? You know, I like different, and these are all just fit that vibe, and I'll match my outfit. Yes, it was by design, no shame. For me, I think the three creams, especially the Orly, that one is just so, it's not one that everyone's gonna love, but I feel like that's why I love it, because it's not everyone's number one choice. And you know, I like picking outcasts because sometimes I'm kind of one. So I do just love that polish so much, and especially the H&M, the Essie, the cracked, the sassy sauce, I just love that thermal, and I feel like it doesn't get enough recognition. It needs to be talked about more, and I do talk about it a lot. I feel like it's one of those polishes that can fit on so many racks. I put it on my Christmas rack, I'm putting it on this rack, I'll probably put it on another rack eventually. It's very versatile, as thermals usually are. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care.